break down the Hawk Tuah scam. I think people are confused with this kind of stuff. I want to start with the big tweet that kind of set it all off. That would be this by Bubble Maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team.
96% of the supply was controlled by the team.
And was being sent out to a bunch of smaller wallets. The implication being that some of them might be dumping on you. Pretty quickly, the Hawk Tuah girl came in to copy and paste what her team told her to say, which said, team hasn't sold one token and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees at the start of the launch. And so you...
What is a crypto sniper? This bot aims to purchase NFTs at the lowest possible price. So basically a snipe bot is just a program that buys you shit, buys you crypto assets or coins at the best price. That's incredible. Holy shit, I can't believe they have those that are just accessible to everyone. But she's saying here that that no one that was part of the team sold. So no one sold, and they tried their best to stop their coin from getting sniped.
You see their awful tokenomics here. Along with this response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay. You can see on the bot side there's nothing, and then on the sold side they're making a lot of money. So
when you create a cryptocurrency or coin, right, you just make it out of nothing. So if you had a bunch of coins that you gave away to early investors and still made them pay a little bit for it, then you made some money off that, right? You're inventing free money, I think, when you come out with a coin.
How did you get free tokens? Well, you were an insider, right? And I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token.
Couldn't you just have a bunch of other wallets and then you have, let's say you have 10 insiders, but no one knows who those insiders are. They just have wallets. And then you give those coins to those insiders, and then those insiders sell, and then you keep the coins that you made out of thin air in your own wallets. And then it looks like you've never sold, but these insiders sold. But those insiders could be working with you, or they could just be you.
And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch. So you can see that with her tokenomics here. It says Haley's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked immediately on token generation event. Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation, which means that if they sold out the whole 17%, you're looking at about $2.8 million raised by pre-selling these tokens. So it is essentially a lie to say her team didn't sell tokens. Well, they pre-sold them, and then those investors dumped on your fans. That's the problem. Because Bubble Map says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale. That's about what I saw as well. 89 wallets sold 100% on launch. 47 sold over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million were sold.
I just got to become one of these insiders. I don't know how you do it, but that needs to be me. I need to be one of the ones that get in early and I can dump on you dumb fucks and make a ton of money. What do I got to do to get in touch with the next one?
Again, as you'll see, on mostly Haley Welsh's fans, or Hawk Tuah Girl's fans, and I know what you're thinking, who falls for this? Well, unfortunately, with situations like this, they're not targeting crypto bros. They're mostly targeting, like, actual fans who've never been involved in, the crypto space before. They don't know any better, and you're going to hear the guy behind a lot of this say that explicitly.
These are people that are outside of crypto that we're going to be onboarding, and they don't give a shit. They don't even know what a market cap is.
See, I didn't know that. I thought that most people who were buying this were just knowing that it was a pump and dump, and they were just trying to get in before other people and then quickly sell it. I had no idea that most of the people buying this shit were actually genuine fans of her.
When this launched, they had 15% fees on trading.
Do they get to just keep that fee?
Said that this was to stop snipers. But basically what this means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours, they made almost $2 million from this fee. Meanwhile,
a $2 million profit just off of fees? What?
on Deck Screener, you can see the sniper, which is the #1 trader on this coin. They made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made less in total profits, this sniper that ruined the project, than the team made on fees. I, of course...
Also, you don't know who the sniper is. The sniper could be in on it, right? It's the oldest trick in the book. Let's say you're working at a jewelry store or something, or you're working for a cash transportation business. Let's say you work for Brinks, and then, you're kind of, it's an inside job, right? Like you tell some of your buddies, hey, I'm gonna be transporting cash at around this time. Make it look like a robbery. The money's gone. I put up a good fight. It will split the proceeds later. So we have no idea if the sniper is actually a rando or just someone that was already in on it. But $2 million in fees is absolutely fucking insane. Hold on, I gotta pause and get a little bit more background on this. I had this article opened up. Let's see. Haley Welch, an influencer on social media, launched her own meme coin, Tuah, on December 4th. I can't believe I missed this shit last night. I'm broke as fuck, so there's no way I would have got in, but the cryptocurrency crashed from 500 million to 60 million in just 20 minutes post-launch. That is a pump and dump. So let's see. Oh my God. Yeah, okay, so 88% drop in the token. Yep, so basically their community is claiming that they were sniped. Sniped refers to instances where early investors or bots snatch up large amounts of tokens, leaving the broader community with less access and exposing them to risks. It's basically like if you're transporting, imagine if you were just transporting drugs for the cartel. I don't know why I just used this analogy, but imagine if you're transporting drugs for the cartel and then let's say you got like $1 million worth of cocaine on you. I've never sold coke, so I don't know. But let's say you got like $1 million, and then all of a sudden that just goes missing, and you were robbed and all that, right? Oh, it was the robber's fault. It wasn't me. I tried to protect that shit, right? See how sketchy that sounds? Anyways, these are often warning signs of the health of a project, as it shows few people own the token. However, not all holders have sold their hawks, as posted by user Zeus LFG, reflecting a strong optimism for the token.
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So y'all made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation.
Brother, who profited? Over $1 million was just made.
A foundation that pays people out. And by the way, Coffeezilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills.
You heard him right. Who cares where millions of dollars went? Supposedly, they have 18 people working on the Tuah meme token. So, I don't know if that's true, but that's at least what they're claiming. Now, the last thing I need to say before we jump into this context that you need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Tuah Girl, who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy, Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's, like, son-in-law or something like that. Like, he's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting Tuah Girl with crypto, and he said he was teaching her a meme coin class, okay? And he goes unhinged on her call. 3, you have the guys running the crypto token, and 4, you have the insiders who paid money to get early access to this coin and then are rug pulling a lot of...
Okay, so to summarize, we got Tuah Girl, and she's just the face of the operation, right? She's not out there fucking coding up this coin. Or maybe she is. So she's just the face of the operation. They're using her name and her fans. Then you got this dude, Doc Hollywood. It doesn't sound like he's a developer or a programmer or anything like that, but he's just kind of the connections guy. He's the organizer. He's getting all this together. He's connected to her, and he's connected to over here, who represents the development team. He's a part of the development team that's actually creating the token and managing the token. And then you got these insiders, right? So these 285 investors that were part of the Hawk pre-sale. God damn it. I wish I was part of that pre-sale. It would have been so nice just to do a quick, nice little dump and just make a little bit of cash. I'm going to New York City next weekend. It would have been nice to just get a nice little bag. Whatever I got to do to be part of this investor group next time, you just got to let me know, man. I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever it takes, man. But yeah, so you got these investors who they were able to buy the token early for some fee, and whatever they paid went to the pockets of the developers, of Doc Hollywood, of Hawk Tuah Girl, and then but then when the coin launched, the prices were probably way higher than whatever price they paid pre-sale. So these investors got to just quickly dump that shit and make a nice little quick bag. So $3.3 million sold total across 285 investors. $3.3 million divided by 285 investors would be about $11,500 worth of total revenue made from the sale. And then depending on how much they bought it for, right? But that's pretty fucking crazy. Nice little bag, man. Nice little bag. If she's watching her podcast start to tank a bit from September until now, right? It hasn't been that long since September. That was a few months ago. And now she's in danger of falling out of the top 200. Then maybe she's thinking, hey, one last cash grab, right? One last cash grab before it's all said and done. One last heist. You know how in those heist movies, they're always like, just one more, man. Just one more. One more fucking job. One last job, and then we walk away for good. So maybe she's thinking that.
Hey, this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
That's a fair question.
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. Whenever someone accuses you of something, the first thing you have to say is it's not true. Oh, because you got to buy time. You know what I mean? You gotta buy time to then have that second part of your brain think and just finesse a response while you just keep denying. Because if the first thing you say is, oh, that was true, then you have no out. But you got to first deny, and then try to cook up different avenues with which you can kind of get away for free.
It's true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We can answer that.
you know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay,
But
so there's tokens
Coffeezilla,
going directly from the main account,
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second.
and then it's getting sold for $50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for $50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us.
Doc Hollywood, man, he'll just come at you, bro. He'll just go right at you if you accuse him of being a scammer. He's just like, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Now, we had...
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen, doesn't matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a strategic allocation, right, through a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet, you've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much
sale.
did y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
It's not that
Selling
we
out
made.
your fans. So other
over here,
people
can you give
dump on your fans.
Hold on, Coffeezilla, take a chill pill, brother.
So this is the biggest thing, right? Do we know how much they made off the pre-sale? Because they basically made money through two ways, right? One were the fees, which Coffeezilla broke down and said they made about $2 million in fees. I think you incur the fees when you're trying to buy the coin at first, so they're just basically, it's almost like a tax, right? Every dollar you spend, I think it was like 15% or some shit like that. So they made almost $2 million on those fees. And even if they didn't sell the coin after the launch, they still sold a good amount of coin to insiders early on, right? It's called the pre-sale. We don't know what they sold it for. We do know that the insiders moved a shit ton of that coin for $3.3 million. I wonder if they made maybe $500,000 selling the coins to the insiders during the pre-sale, right? You add that up, $500,000 plus another $2 million. I'm completely speculating, but right? You could quickly get to a $2.5 million bag, maybe a $3 million bag. Not fucking bad, right? Because there's no way they got 18 developers working on this shit. There's no fucking way. It's probably like one person. So you split that 18 mil, or I said 18 mil. You split that 2 mil, 3 mil, 3-4 ways. Like, that's pretty nice.
So
Let's
y'all
just
just
be-
rug pulled a bunch of people.
No,
What are
no,
you
there's
talking-
no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pulled, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market
No,
cap.
no, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not us.
Not
That
just
was
that, you
listen.
know that.
Listen, no. I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little scheme.
There's not a. It's
I'm
not,
sure
it's
that's
not
not
a
you getting
scheme.
those fees,
It's
right?
not a
Who's making
scheme.
the money
It's
on
not
the
a-
fees?
it's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making
project. So we
fees?
can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who
right?
makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who
I
made
wish
it?
that was me.
First of
I
all,
wish that was. Why couldn't have that been me? Fuck.
We're there with Meteora pools, and that goes to yes, the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that
which-
who does that belong to?
that belongs to the project, right?
Who's the project? Who is the
that-
project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
How much
there's-
does Haley
and there's a
Welch
lo-
own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees?
Take
on
a
rug
fucking
pull?
chill pill.
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking.
So they made close to $2 million on fees. I think Coffeezilla ran another space where a dude said he had set up a foundation or done some type of stuff in the Cayman Islands before and used lawyers, and that guy said it cost him like 20 grand to do that.
Asking
We're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rug.
2, day 3. You know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. First of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of.
See, the key to effective lying is to build all of your lies just on a small amount of truth, right? There may have been 18 people involved in this project, but that doesn't mean 18 people were working as hard as they could on the project, right? It doesn't mean that 18 people were working round the clock on the project. Maybe 5 people collabed on one design idea, right? And did a little bit of work. Maybe 6 other people did this. Maybe 1 other person did this. So you can add it up and say, oh, technically 18 people worked on it, but that doesn't mean 18 people were working sweatshop hours on this project. There's just no fucking way. I'm sure there's way fewer people who actually were sinking most of the time in on the project, because then they could split that $2 million fee with a smaller group of people so everyone would get a bigger bag. But this is just a masterclass in lying. You know what I mean? It's just every lie is built on a foundation of truth.
What do you guys think exactly is going to happen when your insiders get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics.
Doc he has not relented on one single point yet. This may be a masterclass in how to bullshit.
Are a scam. That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam. And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
So who pays you, Coffeezilla? Let's
Ooh, turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around.
Oh, I love that. Who pays you?
I don't know. There was something about this guy berating people who had lost money and insisting that what was so transparently true about the fees being made, about who's benefiting from the pre-sale, just dodging all of that. It gets me so bothered. I guess it shouldn't at this point. But, you know, what can I say? I'm only human. I will go ahead and highlight there were two other moments. FaZe Banks got up and called these guys out, which is funny.
This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like this is took what Coffeezilla said. I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like Coffeezilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%. 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends of friends of friends. They were
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is true.
False.
Yes, no, it's 100% true.
And then also Nick O'Neill, who is another crypto Twitter guy, he got up there and he asked them basically what I did, because they wouldn't let me back up on the space. And he said, where's the money going to? And then Tuah girl, decided it was time for bed, and that was the end of the space.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But
Yeah.
anywho, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
There's like, my initial reaction to that is that has to be a pre-recorded. It sounds pre-recorded. It sounds AI, but I guess it wasn't. I guess it was actually her. But
Okay.
That's incredible to just be able to say, hey, I know my name is on this crypto fucking scam, and we made a nice little bag, and the fans got fucked over, but I gotta go to bed. I gotta get rest.
I guess we're talking over here.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning you go, oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed, you know?
That's elite strategy.
When your insiders sell $3 million, where does that come from? Maybe the normies that you were targeting to get in? That is my problem. That is my issue, and that's why I came at them so hard. And that's basically it. I think Haley Welsh, or Tuah girl, to whatever extent she was involved is still unclear, or was unclear until her transactional entertainment lawyer contacted me.
Whoa.
I'm just editing this live, guys. He contacted me and said he wants to have a offline combo. I said I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much she's been paid, kindly respond. I'll put up all these screenshots. They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of $125,000. That's the only money she's seen to date.
Dude, $125,000. I'm looking at her YouTube and 201,000 subscribers. That's pretty fucking good, man. That's pretty fucking good. Let's just go look through her average view count. 120,000, 240,000, 330. So okay, there's definitely a drop off between episode 1 and 2, but that's gonna happen. She hit almost 1 million on this JoJo Siwa pod. So the view counts are dropping off a little bit, but then look, 494, 330,000. She's getting good guests. Mark Cuban, Wiz Khalifa. I mean, the numbers here are pretty solid. You're probably reading a bunch of ads and shit like that. So, I mean, she's probably making some good money. I don't think $125,000 is worth jeopardizing your name, but this would make a lot of sense. It's just a quick grab, right? It's like going to a club. If you're an artist or something, a club will say, here's 50 grand, just show up tonight and we'll just put your name on the flyer.
If you have any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the pre-sale or fees from the liquidity pool? The best thing for my story is to get a copy of the agreement, of course. Christian replies, she was supposed to get 50% of net proceeds after payments of costs to third parties. Is that the 18 employees or whatever they have?
So she got the 125K bag, right? So she gets a 125K advance, straight cash. Then she's supposed to get 50% of net proceeds. So let's say out of the $2 million that they made, then they probably made another $500,000, maybe off the pre-sale, maybe less, but another nice little bag. Let's say they made $2 million off the fees, and then they made another $500,000. I'm making up that number off the pre-sale. Then whatever cut was taken by all of the developers, and then I'm sure Doc Hollywood took a cut. Then she gets another bag after that. So maybe she gets another, $500,000 bag. Who knows?
Third parties, is that the 18 employees or whatever they have? I don't know. I don't know what costs they have, but 50% is a lot. They were supposed to be mutually approved between her and the company. All decisions regarding to allocation were supposed to be mutually approved. Those decisions haven't been made at this point. The goal would be to salvage the token for the holders and her true fans and do right by the community. That's not going to happen.
Open to ideas from the community. That is the last thing you want to fucking hear if you're actually, if you actually bought this coin. If you didn't buy this coin to try to just get ahead and dump it on other people, like you actually bought this coin because you're a fan of Haley, I genuinely feel bad, because the last thing you want to hear from her fucking lawyer is that she now wants to do right by this coin and then looking to any ideas from the community. It's like, hey, you give me ideas. I know you just bought our coin and you got fucked over, but give us some ideas. Give us some ideas on what we should use it for, right? Give us some ideas on what we should build with the coin. That's just the last thing you want to hear. Imagine getting on a plane and then the pilot is like, hey, you got any tips on how I should fucking fly this thing?
I can't provide the actual contract, as you can imagine, but I'm happy to continue to be responsive. Your spaces and comments have been helpful. Blah blah blah. I appreciate what you. Okay, we all know. They always say that, by the way. This guy does not appreciate what I do. I don't think. An entertainment lawyer appreciating somebody talking about somebody. I don't think that's true. Look, the big deal. What he said is 50% net proceeds. That's a lot, actually. Now again, 18 employees working on the Hawk Tuah coin. I don't know how much they're going to end up seeing at the end of the day, but it's going to be real money. The question about salvage the coin, want to salvage the coin. Guys, the problem is you've sold millions of dollars of pre-sale tokens and they're still out there. There's still people with these coins who are waiting to sell. So the second you go and salvage it for the fans, you're kind of dooming them again. So the best situation is just people, I don't really know. I don't like to give advice in situations like this. It's like asking someone how to clean up a car crash. It's like, ideally, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So, can't give too much advice there. The situation's horrible as it is. I appreciate them actually responding, though. But she is actually making a lot of money off of this. And I do actually think that's a problem. So, I don't know. I think this whole situation is terrible. And she should feel bad. I hope she does, really, because she got in bed with these people who clearly saw dollar signs. She saw dollar signs, and they did this, and people have been hurt. So, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, one more message from Hawk's lawyer. This guy keeps messaging me. He says, this was not a speculative opportunity for her. She truly didn't intend to fleece fans. She genuinely wanted to make this a community token of fans and onboard Web 2 to Web 3 and be a long-term fit.
I feel like I'm back in the beginning of 2021 when every celeb was just launching an NFT and just grabbing a bunch of cash to start. And you know what? I'm so fucking mad that I couldn't have been a part of that and just made a bag of cash as well. And for that, fuck all of these celebs.